Good morning. Today is June the 12th, 2020, probably about 11:03, 11:04 a.m. I'm going to show you a do it yourself video to connect a washer machine to underneath your sink if you have, or if you're in an apartment, I should say. I am outside on my balcony. This is my washing machine here. The old hoses are connected to it at this point. I'm just going to show you a quick and simple video on how to do this yourself. Again, hooking up a washer underneath your kitchen sink and or bathroom sink if you do not have a washer connection in your apartments. I have never done this before. This is my first time doing this. I believe it's so simple. I can do it, get it right the first time, and show you as well. So let's step on this side. Say hey to my fishes. Hey fish. A little bit of parts here, but we're going to go into the kitchen underneath the sink here just to show you what we're working with. And just a moment. All right, turn on my flashlight on my other phone here. So underneath the sink here, you can see this is the cold hose that's just coming from the kitchen faucet already installed, and that will be the hot water. For this video, I am just doing the cold water. That's what I'm going to run to the washer. I don't need both, but the same thing would apply to either side if you did both. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what to do. Get some light here. Okay, at first, I already pre-loosened this with a pair of just, plain pliers here. But, sorry, like I said, it's already a loose. This is my cold water from my faucet. A little bit of leak, but I do have my valve here turned off, so, water is not, of course, coming through here. As you can see, go up here to the top. Nothing's happening, but I turned them both off, of course. Now, we're going to go here. I'm going to show you these parts here. I'm going to end up pausing the video so I can get everything hooked up and restart here. Get down here on the floor. All right, now first off, I'll just start here. I ordered this from Amazon. This is just a simple washer hose that I'm going to fill to the washer outside. It's about 15 feet long, so it should be long enough for my kitchen to my balcony here. Also, side note, I'm going to drain my washer directly from my balcony, and I'm just going to let the water drain out. If you do not have a balcony, you will either need to have your washer close to a sink, a bathtub, so you can drain your water into there, or if push come to shove, you can always use a tote of some sort or even buckets to drain your washer as well. It just depends on your situation. All right, back here, like I said, that's the hose. I ordered this from Amazon. It was about 12 to 15 bucks. Went to Lowe's today. I'm going to show you all these parts here. This is a 3/8 of an inch faucet connector. 3/8 of an inch faucet connector. Now, as you will remember, the cold water supply that I unhooked from underneath the sink, that was also the same size, 3/8 of a connector. So I also got this from Amazon. I apologize. It's about 7 to 10 bucks, this particular piece here. Now I went to Lowe's today, and this is just a couple things I got from Lowe's, which is going to help complete this connection for us. I will take pictures of everything individually and have that posted as well. All right. Now, just to give a brief explanation on what's going to happen here. Now, where I unscrewed that cold water connection from the sink is where this adapter piece will now be hooked in, so we can have an extra outlet for our water supply. From there, I am going to hook that faucet hose onto the end of here. And let me go back. This is so you can see what it is, a 3/8 of an inch female composite adapter. Just so you know your parts here. I did have to search for it to piece everything together. All right, so that's going to be our washer hose, our cold water supply, so we can get that. Now, this particular part here is a valve to where we can, once we hook it in here, well, let me just show you where it's going to go. It's going to hook into the end of this hose here. Now that's a valve to where we can turn off the cold water and turn it on when we run into the washer. Obviously, you don't want to leave it on the whole time because you're not using your washer the whole time. So that way you can turn it off and turn it on when and when not in use. So that part is for here. Just let me show you what this is. Again, this was from Lowe's. A 1/2 inch to 3/8 of an inch valve, angle stop valve. All right. So from there, on this particular valve itself, on that 1/2 inch portion, which is actually this piece here. Again, I'm going to take everything out the package and have it hooked up as well. But on the 1/2 inch portion, I need this particular piece right here. Again, this is from Lowe's. 3/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. 3/4 is your standard washer hose size. 3/4 of an inch is your standard washer fill size. So from here, I'm going to take this particular 1/2 inch portion of it and stick it on my 1/2 inch portion of my valve. So I'm gonna have that connected there. And from here, we're almost done. It's just that simple. From here, this is a 3/4 of an inch adapter, a threaded hose adapter to a 1/2 inch. So as we said here, we're gonna have a 1/2 inch, which is going to put us out to a 3/4. As you can see, this is a 1/2 inch to a 3/4, which is a standard washer fill size. And this is a 1/2 inch to a 3/4. So once we will connect this to our adapter piece. Let me bring it closer for you. We will connect this to our adapter piece. And this is where our washer hose will go, that 15-foot hose that I showed you. It'll go at the end of here all the way to the washer. And that's pretty much it. It's that point, making sure the washer's plugged in, making sure you have your water on, and we can get it rolling from there. I'm going to get everything hooked up. I'm going to pause the video here shortly, but one other thing I wanted to show you. Since I'm only doing the cold water and not the hot water, the back of the washer, cold, hot. Now this is where that 15-foot fill hose is going to go that I showed you that I got from Amazon for my cold water. Since I'm not going to use my hot water, I'm going to have to unscrew that. But this is a cap. Again, everything was from Lowe's, but this is a cap that will basically go on the end of here, so no water will come out of this area here since it's not going to be in use. Just plain and simple. All right, just want to come back really quick. As I said, this is the piece that's going to go in the existing cold water line. This is where that faucet connector that I told you I purchased from Amazon. And remember, I have this going over to that valve as I explained, with my adapter pieces that I explained as well. And again, this is where the end of the fill hose will fill into, and I can take the opposite end and stick it to the back of my washer. Oh, okay, I just wanted to come back and show you here. That's the cold water line, remember, from the faucet that was hooked directly into this metal portion here. Now that gold brass piece is the one that I told you was purchased from Lowe's. So I have that going into the main water supply, and I have the cold water line from the faucet going into here. And then I'm going to hook on my extra adapter piece onto this portion here. And hopefully everything's around well. Okay, I'm back. I put a towel down here because I'm going to turn on the water, to check for any leaks. But again, just to show you again. All right, that's the connection. going down. Remember the valve I showed you to where the washer hose will fill into. And like I said, the water's off. So we're gonna turn the water back on and see what happens from here. Just a moment. All right, get the light in there. Alright, we see water just came out of that nozzle. So that means the valve must have been in the on position. Let's turn it to the off position. Alright. So I said, see, I'm turning on the water. Get in there. Alright, you see nothing coming out of there. I'm turning back on my hot water. Alright. Now my water on my faucet should come out, which it does. Then we're gonna go back under here and take a look. Alright, we don't see any visible leaks. If you see a leak, how about you let me know about it? I don't see any from either connection here and from down here where the washer is going to go. I don't see any leaks as well. And remember, this valve is turned off. That's why the water is not flowing. For example, just to show you, just a moment. I did it quickly, so I didn't want to flood my place here. But as you can see, it clearly turned on, and the water is still going at the same time. But again, we have no leaks. As soon as I turn that valve back off, nothing's coming out of there. Next step is to go ahead and take our washer connection hose. And I'm going to run this outside to the washer. I'm going to get that hooked up, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Well, we ran into a little boo-boo situation. As I said, this is my first time doing this myself. Everything is great here underneath the sink, but my hose is not as long as I thought it was going to be. You see, we're stopping here, but I need to get out here. So I'm going to have to basically buy a longer hose and get it hooked up and show that everything's smoothly. So to be continued shortly.